Welcome to the vending machine simulation curated by Abu Bakr Zahid. In this video, we'll explore various features of this program that simulates a virtual vending machine. Welcome to an existing journey into the vendor world. I am Abu Bakr Zahid and today we are diving into the realm of virtual snacks and beverages with our vending machine. Get ready to explore an array of tasty treats, interactive transaction, and simulated snacking experience like never before. Let's start with the visual elements. As you can see, we have delightful art welcoming you to the world. The program greets you and sets the stage for your snack adventure. The given Python program includes a visual appealing art banner and greeting message, simulating the feel of vending machine. It displays a menu of food and drinks, each with a special code and cost. Welcome to the snack shop vending machine. Moving on the menu, we have a variety of snacks and beverages, each with a unique code and price. You can find this detailed menu display on the screen. With the selection of food and drinks, their pricing and stock information shown. This program simulates a vending machine. The program lists the cost of every item and each is given a code. A product code and desired amount to spend are required for the user. The program verifies that the user has placed an adequate amount of money and that the item is in stock. It distributes the item and refunds the change if all requirements are satisfied. The system offers a refund option and manage situation where there is an insufficient balance. The user is presented with a clear menu, item specifications, and cost information. Welcome to the vending emporium. This vending machine program starts by verifying that the inventory status is greater than 0. The user is complimented on their choice and invited to provide a product code to begin a transaction, along with suggestions based on user preferences. The user has the option to try something else by entering the item code and making the necessary deposit. The last line of the program thanks the user for their payment and wishes them a happy shopping experience. This particular code segment manages the transaction for the product with the code A1, which is a sneaker bar. As a part of vending machine program, it determines if the user has a sufficient deposit inserted amount to pay for the sneaker bar. When the balance is high enough, it provides the sneaker bar, computes and returns the change, and publish a transaction summary. If there is not enough money, it returns the money and recommended some other interesting thing to do. Throughout the vending process, the program offers an initiative, interference, and feedback. This Python program acts as a stand-in for a food and drink vending machine. Process the user's selection of a chocolate chip. Determine whether the amount placed is adequate. Then either the product with the correct change or return the money if there is not enough money in the section you gave. Together with the amount paid, item cost, change, return, it offers a whole transaction report. Conditional statements are used in the program to handle both successful and failed transactions, granting a user-friendly interference. The Blueberry Crisp vending machine transaction is simulated by this Python program. It initially verifies if the user has made a sufficient deposit to buy the item. If so, it distributes the selected snack, computes and returns the change, and shows the transaction information. In the event that the user does not have enough money, it returns the money and suggested that they look into alternative snack options. For an effortless vending experience, the program offers a user-friendly interface with comprehensive information and messages. This Python program acts as a stand-in for a product code D4, Pop-Tarts, vending machine. The user's deposit amount for the Pop-Tarts is first verified. If there is enough money deposit, it computes the change and publishes a transaction summary with the total amount paid, the cost of the item and the change that was returned. The money is refunded if the balance is indicated. The application then distributes the item, prints a note expressing gratitude to the users for selecting Pop-Tarts, and ends with a kind farewell. This application is a Python simulation of a vending machine It verifies the amount placed and a particular product code entered by the user. It dispenses the selected item, computes and returns the change, publish a transaction summary, and so on if the amount is adequate. If there is not enough money in the balance, it returns the money. Throughout the process, the program delivers educational information that make the simulated vending experience user-friendly. The purchase of Doritos is the only task handled by this Python program, which simulates a vending machine. It computes the change if any and publish a transaction summary after verifying the user has deposited enough money to purchase the Doritos. It gives a refund and an apologetic message if the user does not have enough money, an invitation to return and a kind farewell round off the program. The structure is made up of several conditional statements that decide what to do depending on the user's input and the balance of the account. The Python program resembles a coin-operated device. Customers enter their desired amount to spend along with the product code. It offers change, distributes the selected food, such as pretzels, and print message if they have enough money. It returns the money if not, with its simple vending machine experience for a variety of food and drinks. The program is designed to be easily navigated by user. The Python program resembles a coin-operated device. Customers enter their desired amount to spend along with the product code. The product is delivered and the change is returned if they have sufficient funds and the item is in stock. If not, a money returned is issued. With a menu and clear messaging, the program provides a simple, interactive vending experience. This is digital vending machine implemented in Python. Customers input money, enter a code to select product. The program determines whether the submitted cash is sufficient and checks for product availability. It dispenses the product, computes change, and print are received when the necessary criteria are satisfied. It returns the money if the requirements are not met. A thank you note at the end of the program invites user to come back for further visit. This Python application acts as a food and drink vending machine. It has a conditional statement in it that deal with the scenario in which the user selected cold coffee. Item code J10 if the user has paid enough money to pay for a cold coffee. The program verifies that. If the amount is adequate, it dispenses the cold coffee with a kind note, computes and returns the change, and publish a transaction summary with all the facts. If there are not enough finances, it apologizes, gives you your money back, and advises you to look into other choices. The K11 item, vitamin water, is simulated as a vending machine transaction using this Python program. It determines if the user deposit is enough to pay for the item. In such a case, it publishes a transaction summary, calculates and returns the change, and distributes the vitamin water. If there is not enough money in the balance, it returns the money. The application offers throughout transaction feedback, including the total amount spent, the cost of the item, and the change that was returned. It also extends an invitation for them to return and encourage them to savor the vitamin water. Python application transaction through a vending machine to buy a drink item with the code L12. It computes the change if any, verifies that the customers had deposited sufficient funds, and display a throughout transaction report. It shows the item data, the cost of the soda for the amount submitted, and returns the change if the users had enough money. In this program, if the enough money is submitted by the user to buy a certain item, like Mountain Dew, it computes and reports the proper change. It returns the money and displays the relevant notification. If the user's balance is not enough, the software prints transaction information such as the total amount paid, the cost of the item, and any change that was returned. After expressing gratitude for selecting the goods, the consumer is sent a farewell note to maintain user inputs, inventory checks, and balance validation, and provides a seamless vending experience. The code makes use of conditional statements. Now come to the Coca-Cola product code N14 vending machine transaction. Is simulated by the Python program. It computes the change, if any, and publish a comprehensive transaction report after verifying that the user has deposited enough money to buy Coca-Cola. It pours the Coca-Cola and displays a gratitude message if the user has enough balance. It returns the money and offers an apology for any inconvenience if the amount is not adequate. An invitation to return is sent to the user when the program comes to an end. Now come to the last program of this vending machine, where the segment of the vending machine program, the code verifies if the customer has chosen the peach iced tea item code 015 and whether the money is placed adequate to cover the purchase. It computes the change and provides a comprehensive transaction report with an amount paid, item cost, and change returned if requirements are satisfied. As simulation of vending machine shows a comprehension of control flow and programming logic, it's a well-organized method to express the object and their pricing using a dictionary. The program's interactive features which ask the user to choose and manage transactions. Given the simulation of more authentic feel, the usefulness is enhanced with the addition of item codes and stock tracking.